Hi, welcome back to Pint-Sized Guilt-Free Torah and a good Erev Shabbos to everyone. Joseph is finally going to see his father after 22 years. His father thought he had died, perhaps. And Joseph hasn't seen him, and there was such a love between these two. And Joseph obviously went out with an entourage. He's the second most powerful person in Egypt. And he had tons and tons of servants, obviously. But the verse specifically says, Vayaser Yosef Markavto. But Joseph harnessed the chariot himself. He wanted to get it done as fast as possible and also show the love and dignity for his father. No, I'll do it myself. I'm going to harness the chariot, even though there are tons and tons of servants. Vayali Kros Yisrael. And then he went up toward Jacob, toward Yaakov, who's at this point called Yisrael, Aviv, his father, Goshen, to Goshen, Vayera, and Olav. And he appeared to him. Vayipol al Tzavarov, and he fell on his neck. Now, what is this idea that he appeared to him? Why does the verse go out of its way to say that? Joseph appeared to him. Joseph wanted to be there, to appear, to be present for his father. At this time, when Joseph had missed his father for so long and hadn't seen him, instead of just thinking, oh, I'm so happy to see Dad, that is one way to look at it, but there's a much higher way. What pleasure can I bring to my father? Let me think about the pleasure that I can do. So again, he harnessed the chariots by himself. And even though he was so anxious to see his own father, what was he thinking about at that moment? His thought was to give his father the pleasure of seeing him. His own pleasure was secondary. His father's pleasure was first. That's what Rev Naftali Trop said. And this tremendous pleasure that Yaakov would have, that is what was on Joseph's mind. And how important is that for all of us? That we many times think, we go to family occasion, hey, it's great to see everybody, and the parents are there, and sometimes grandparents. Let me think before going, what can I bring to this occasion that will make my parents happy? How can I act? How can I dress? You have a woman who, whenever her parents visited, she changed her outfit before, just to look a bit nicer, a bit fresher, in honor of her parents. So a lot of times we think about us and what can we get, or what's art. That's a negative thing. But even in the positive, I'm so happy to see my parents. I'm so thrilled we're here together. That is wonderful. But also, main thing, like Joseph, be thinking about the parents. How can I be there for them? What can I do for them? It's not just there's a mitzvah to honor one's parents, kibbud av v'em. You will get that mitzvah also. But specifically, in understanding everything my parents have done for me, let me think about their honor and pleasure long before I think about my own. Everyone should remember their parents for the best and greatest things. And if you have a troubled relationship, do what it takes to, if you can, if it's possible, to patch that up. Because there's nothing like parents, the people who brought you into this world. And we need really to be not only thanking them and appreciating them, but putting their pleasure above ours. Everyone should have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat.